Welcome to the home of the DIY movement, where we build stuff and paint things.
All right, y'all, welcome back. Today is Saturday, August 2nd, 2025. It's about 8:30 in the morning. And where we last left off, I re-cleared the hood, trunk, and moonroof cover yesterday. We're going to continue with the wet sanding today. I believe I'm going to focus on the fenders, both fenders, and maybe clear them today. We'll see how the day goes. This ain't going to take long. Probably get these sanded in 2 hours each, maybe something like that, maybe quicker. And if we get some help today, probably have them go ahead and start on the roof. When we go to re-clear this shell, I don't think I'm gonna re-clear the whole thing in one go. I don't think we're gonna mess with the firewall at all. This, no. The dash, no. So really it's the roof, the quarters, and the doors. And it's quite a bit to try and do in one sitting again, especially trying to reach over to reach the middle here. You risk rubbing the quarter panel, whatever. So I think I'm gonna have them go ahead and sand just the roof, let it sit for about a week, and then clear the roof, and then mask that, and then work on the quarters so we don't have to reach over anything. I think that's going to be our game plan. But this thing has been sitting since since we painted it. Nothing's really changed. It has shrunk up a little bit. I don't know if the camera's going to pick up little kind of graininess, so that's good. It's doing its thing. But yeah, that's the plan today. I think I'm also going to have Bobby dig out all his stainless molding. Camera cut off on me. I think I'm also going to have Bobby sort out the stainless molding, all his stainless stuff, clean it, soap and water, wipe it down some lacquer thinner, get it real clean, see what we have, see what's repairable, and see what what needs to be found and bought online. That's the plan. Fenders and roof. I think that's doable. May or may not clear these. So let me get moving around, get these things pushed out, get some fans set up because it's already humid as hell. And we'll bring you guys back once we get some more work in.
Right, so we got everything set up outside there. All we're using is a hand block and the sanding sponges and some gray Scotch-Brite. We didn't use a DA on the fenders, mainly because I don't have any 6-inch interface pads. This fender's got a lot of contour, so it could be dangerous, so we just ended up doing the whole thing by hand. As you can see, I got the little homemade fender stands. I got that idea from a guy named Pablo. You guys are on Instagram. He's, I think he goes by the name West Texas Customs, and he kind of does the same thing we do, builds cars and stuff like that. And he gave me the idea for those fender stands, man. So all they are is a 1-inch box tube and some cheap Harbor Freight wheels, and man, they really make it easy to spray. And we use them throughout the entire process, from epoxy onto clear coat. Right here, had my buddy Fredo doing the passenger fender, and since he's not as experienced, I taped up the edges for him so he didn't burn through or anything, which we didn't have anything like that happen. So it's just another safety precaution, safety measure. Like I say, use a little 6-inch block or 5.5-inch block, water, a little bit of soap in it sometimes, and then the sponges all around the edges, and then the gray Scotch-Brite in the jam area. And then we went over the whole thing with clean soap and water and gray Scotch-Brite and kind of washed them off. So then you make sure you get good scratches all around. Then of course you rinse it, dry it, put it in the sun, let it sit. I was going to re-clear the fenders yesterday. We had time, but I kind of wanted to let them gas out for a few more days, since we could still smell the clear, as we were sanding. Like you reopen up the outer shell and you can still smell it. So just let them cure a couple more days in the heat, So I'll probably be re-clearing these, I don't know, one afternoon this week probably. So overall, this fender job was real easy. I mean, with both of us, we were done in, you know, an hour. Both fenders done in an hour. Then Bobby showed up and we had him do the skirts. So it's his first time wet sanding like that, so I taped up some edges for him and basically just used a sponge or the block. And so we got the fenders done and the side skirts. So I'm going to be re-clearing those here in the next couple days. Here they are, all done, all cleaned, and they're all uniform. So it's all dull. Took all the gloss out of it. It didn't burn through anywhere, so that's good. And I'm going to be spraying them right there on those racks as well in a couple days here. We also pushed the hood and trunk out so it can bake in the sun. I cleared those on Friday. It's been a couple days. Tech tip for that is, man, you got to keep an eye on the wind, because the wind will catch the hood, or the trunk. A gust of wind can catch it, knock it over, and ruin your day. I've had that happen before, so I know for a fact it will happen. So just got to keep an eye on what's going around and make sure the wind doesn't knock them over. But man, they look great. They almost don't need to be wet sand and buff, but probably going to denib it and cut them with 2000 grit. Moving on to the roof, we were able to use a DA using a 6-inch Dynabride. Got it running at about 45 psi on the air regulator, and like I say, 6-inch Sunlight 600 grit. No interface pad, so you got to be careful. But with the 3 coats, it's pretty safe. 3 coats of clear on it, so just keep moving around. Don't stay in one spot. I used it right there on the big flat area, and then on the other half of the roof, the flat area also. On the sides, we did it by hand. I had each one of them do the sail panels. They used blocks and sponges, so we were able to get the entire roof in 600 grit. So that's ready. Hope you guys enjoy these voiceovers, man. The reason why I have to do the voiceovers is because it's so hot outside right now, and we have the fans running all the time. We usually have music playing, and in order to make a recording or a video, we have to cut all that off, or else you can't hear, or I'm going to get dinged for copyright on the music. So it's kind of a task to shut everything down and so that I can talk. So I'd rather do something like this and then do a voiceover, which I feel like I can explain the process better doing a voiceover. So roof got done. We met our goal. Roof fenders, threw the skirts in for a bonus. So we're going to be ready to re-clear. I do have the clear. We ordered it, so it's ready to go. So now it's just a matter of putting in the work and sanding the rest of the shell to re-clear that. We did notice yesterday that the clear has shrunk up a little bit, which is good. That's good that it's doing that, now versus later. So our process seems to be working, where you wait about a month and then sand it, and then wait about a week and then clear it. I think you get the best results that way. I had a guy ask if I was concerned about getting, any waves by using the DA. Yes and no. If you keep it flat, it'll lessen the likelihood of that. If you try and kick it up on the side and gouge in to get it to remove a nib, could result in a little ripple or whatever. But always go over it by hand with the block, as you can see right now. Once you crack it open with the DA, you can cut it down real quick with the hand block. I mean, I think I spent maybe a total of 20 minutes with the hand block to knock it all down flat.
Man, giveaway for this weekend, man. If anybody watching can tell me or knows what car I had that came out in a Super Bowl commercial. I'm not going to say when, but it was within the last 10 years. I had a car that ended up in a Super Bowl commercial. If anybody can name that car, I'll send you something.
Here's the finished product of the roof. Overall, came out good. Yesterday's work took about, I think we started about 9:30. We were done by 3, and that's with a 30-minute lunch break. So we met our goal. Gonna be re-clearing this here probably next Saturday, probably next Friday. The next video I think I'm gonna do after that is gonna be steering wheel repair. I've had a couple requests on that. I know some people are looking forward to seeing my process of repairing a cracked steering wheel. But we got Bobby's original steering wheel that's pretty well cracked. Gonna be repairing that, so you guys stay tuned for that video. Plan to do that next weekend. Hope you guys enjoy this little episode. Y'all stay tuned for more work, and thanks for watching.